How do you treat allergies naturally? Let's find out. Here in California, we have two distinct allergy seasons, one in the spring and one in the fall. Spring allergies seem to begin when the first daffodil blooms, and since the shift in weather, it's getting earlier and earlier. Fall allergies are triggered by the Santa Ana winds and last a good 6 weeks until the weather cools down, just in time for the holiday viruses. So, if there was only a way to nip those allergies in the bud, there is. Let's imagine your nose in the spring. You breathe in allergens like dander, pollens, dusts, molds, or germs like bacteria, viruses, or fungus. You have mast cells in your nose, in your sinuses, your upper respiratory tract. These white blood cells can go anywhere in your body. Your skin, your lungs, your gut, anywhere they're needed. Mast cells are your first line of defense. A normal healthy reaction to form matter that you just inhale is for the mast cell to engulf it, kind of like little Pac-Man. Then the mast cells travel to the spleen, they dump their load, and go back to patrol their territory. The spleen takes the information from what the mast cells left and communicates to the thymus that the body is being attacked or there's allergens. The thymus then sends programmed white blood cells called T cells. They go back to the site, in this case your nose and sinuses, to help eradicate the invasion. Now, in a hypersensitive or allergic response, here's what happens. Your mast cells engulf the allergens and then they explode, and that begins a cascade of inflammatory response. First, you get a histamine reaction. That's the runny, itchy, clear drainage. Then you experience congestion, clogged pressure feeling, then inflammation, foggy headed, full sinuses, headaches, and finally infection, colored drainage, sometimes fever, pain. So you take antihistamines and decongestants, and by the time you get a medical appointment, you may have to leave with an antibiotic, perhaps a nasal steroid, or in case of asthmatics, an inhaled steroid. There is a way to help prevent the hypersensitive reaction. You can stabilize your mast cells and keep them from exploding. How? Well, there is an over-the-counter nasal spray consisting of cromolyn sodium. It's called nasal chrome. 1 squirt per nostril before exposure, at least 15 minutes, can prevent the allergic response. For severe asthmatics, cromolyn sodium can be put into a nebulizer, and it's available by prescription. The problem with cromolyn sodium is that if you use it daily, your sense of smell will be affected, so you cannot use it for longer than 2 months. So I prefer a systemic approach to stabilizing the mast cells. My favorite product is rich in quercetin, which naturally stabilizes mast cells. There's also a synthetic mast cell stabilizer that works well, but long-term use has been associated with certain types of cancer. It seems to handcuff the mast cells rather than just normalize mast cell function. The most success I've had with allergic and hypersensitive patients is to have them take Genesis Gold as foundational hypothalamic support that helps to reprogram their hypersensitive immune system. Load up with natural systemic mast cell stabilizer at the beginning of the allergy season, and then lower the dose to the lowest maintenance to prevent symptoms. Then I recommend prophylactic use of intranasal cromolyn sodium whenever you're going to be overexposed to allergens, like visiting a house full of cats or weeding the garden. 1 squirt in each nostril, 15 minutes before exposure. Clear out your environment of known allergens if possible. A serum IgE test can be done for inhalants and foods to determine true allergies, the kind that cause anaphylactic reaction. With good immune support from Genesis Gold and prophylactic use of natural mast cell stabilizers, most of my patients are able to get off chronic allergy and asthma meds. I'll see you in the next video.